Hey y'all, what's up? Okay, I can't even make it on time from home. That's crazy. So I'm late, but at least I'm back. I know y'all missed me. Let's talk about sex. This is my 11th episode, and unfortunately, due to COVID, the studio shut down. So I'm coming to y'all live from my casa. Oh, so welcome. This is probably the only time you're gonna be here. Anyway, so tonight's topic of Let's Talk About Sex is dating after marriage, which I like to refer to personally as life after death because of, if y'all know me, then y'all know my situation. So I'll get into that in a second. But I'm supposed to have some guests here. Where they at though?
Yo,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's up? This A1. A
this
Wizzle,
is
master
Snag.
producer, super producer. That's the
This
homie
is
Snag
Mr.
for it.
Did he say the stupid producer?
Super producer, super.
Oh, super. Oh, super. I'm sorry. Okay. so, so tonight's topic, like I said, and who else? We have Snaggletooth,
No, this is Mr. Snag A Puss. That's Mr.
Snaggletooth.
Snaggerpuss.
So sorry. I'm so
Mr.
sorry.
is my first name. That dot is my
I'm
middle
sorry.
name.
It's this. It's
Snaggerpuss
not
is
me.
my last.
All right. All right. So they here to talk about this topic with me tonight, which is dating after marriage. And like I said, I like to refer to it as life after death because, as y'all know, I'm a widow. So my situation is different. So we're going to be like kind of talking about the people who's dating after marriage as far as divorce are widow. Like it's somewhat the same from what I hear. I know I have some divorced friends who say that it was like death to them. It's like it's because there's a separation. Like when you become married, you become like one. So it's not you and him. It's y'all one. So it's one person. So when that bond, that connect is broken, and y'all individuals again, then that one is dead. So it is like a death. So I mean, if y'all feel what I'm saying with that, it is like a death. Everything is different. You might be used to that person doing certain duties around the house, like taking out the trash and
Taking out the
you
trash.
know no, I'm just saying from a woman's point of view, she might be used to her husband doing all the manly stuff around the house, and a man, you might be used to doing all the women's whatever y'all consider. Because this new generation is everybody. No, everybody duties ain't the same. But you might be used to her cook coming home to a cooked meal, a clean house, and then she's gone. You walk in the house, don't smell like food. Your house dirty just like you left it. Then you that's instantly taking you back to that memory of her, even if y'all were good or not. Like you gonna remember those little things. So it's like you lost somebody. So it is like a cumulative to a death. Like you don't think so?
I got you. I'm with you.
Okay. so so I like to call it life after death, but for tonight we're gonna call it dating after marriage. So that's our topic. And okay, so the first thing you want to do when you leave this situation, be it divorce or death, you don't want to just jump right into dating. And I say that because you might want to take time, especially if you were in this relationship for a long time. Like, we get into relationships and we kind of get comfortable. And so we don't go out as hard. We don't, well, not all of us, because I stayed fly my whole 19 years, but some of us just like kind of let it go a little bit, and you don't take care of it. You just need to take time to yourself to get your mind right, and I mean, get your body right, get in shape. Cause y'all know, let's go. Y'all know y'all gain. We might gain like some weight, or some of us get too skinny, like because you're stressing all the damn time in your marriage. So you just might want to just get yourself together, just get you
Mm-hmm.
right, mind, body, and soul, before you decide to go into anything else.
Mm.
Like, and I think, and like that's more, probably might be more so for
For women.
widowers, for yeah, for women, and for women who were widows, y'all, we don't want to just jump into sex because we have more of a guilty side when it comes to us. Like we feel more guilty that we're moving on, that we're still here, that we're still able to live this life. So it's more of a guilt versus when a woman leaves a relationship as a divorce. Most likely she's angry, so she's gonna I'm like, I'm not mad at you. Like, get it out. Like, you probably got some built up stuff that you need to get out. Do whatever you got to do. So I can't really tell y'all what to do as far as sex wise when you first leave a relationship. How long you should take. But I think that everybody, whether you're a widow or in a divorce, you should still take time to yourself to just get yourself right, to make sure you're ready for the, and kind of think, just take yourself, now that you out of it, try to figure out, like, what did you do wrong? Because we always see the other side, but what was you doing wrong in that relationship, so you don't take that shit into your next one? Like, so I say take that time for yourself. What y'all think, guys? What y'all think, fellas?
Everybody carry something in every relationship. If they dead, break up, any of that stuff. I think when you ready to go, you just got to be ready to go. Because that person gonna want the best for you anyway. You know what I mean? Now his homeboy
Not
stance
all
might be
of
a little
them,
different.
but
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah, once you
Well,
gone,
you
you
talking
gone.
about, huh? Oh, well, yeah, in a widow, in a death situation, yeah, I felt, I came to terms to that. My husband would have wanted me to move on and live my life.
Absolutely.
Like why not? Like I became a widow at 38. That's young. So it also depends on what age you is. But at 38, I mean, you in that middle phase, like you still young, but you ain't got time to play games, like because it's
Yeah,
that's where I was.
you,
So,
you still
but
got too much living to do. But a lot of times, even if you're just in a regular relationship and you break up, that dude don't give a shit about you if your stuff wasn't good. And if it was good, then he like, dang, I'm gonna miss that, but then he go get some more. Because at the end of the when we break up with you, don't want to deal with your headache giving ass. It's really just about sex at that point. Then it's like, well, how good was it? Is she worth going through this? That's just
right.
how me and thing. Unless it was financially taking care of you, then we gonna hold on to you a little bit longer, even if we
Yeah,
don't
and
want to
that's
go
the
through.
same thing with women too, though. A lot of women stay in these relationships because they're financially taken care of. So it's hard for them to leave because it's all that, what if, how am I going to do it? Especially if they're doing everything, like, how am I going to live without him? And they ain't got no job, they ain't got no backup plan, they ain't got no nothing, like, no sense,
That's
because
why.
you shouldn't have been
That's
in that
why.
predicament.
That's why. What? Go ahead.
That's why a lot of single women or women that's transitioning after being out of those type of relationships or being widowed, they like to choose my service that I have online. I'm a Bim Bam Gigolo. I have a service that I offer to all single women who just need that service to be satisfied with no
Mm-hmm.
strings attached. They can just pay me $250 for 15 minutes or
Mm-hmm.
a
Oh, we
thousand
seen
dollars
this
a
with
night, and I'll
prostitution.
come over there and I'm serious. I wrap them up, scrap them up. I scrap up, and I practice safe sex, all safe sex procedures. I
Mm-hmm.
put the saran wrap in them and dive head first in that thing, and give them something they ain't had in a long time. Give them their
Yeah,
groove back
yeah,
like
they be
Stella.
needing that, man.
Yeah, they need
I'm
that.
saying.
But I'm the type of man that just want to come and please. I don't want the drama. I don't want the conversation. I don't want to talk to them. I
Mm.
don't want to hear their depression story about how their husband left them in a financial wreck. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
none
that's
of
not
that. I just want
you
to
there for the.
please them so I can
That's it.
I can help them get their
I
mind right and get on track. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women
right.
need a good young stallion in their life that'll knock their back out and get their mind right, and then they can go find and settle down with an older, most of those guys. Women don't understand that a lot of those guys that that do be trying to jump for them, them guys ain't no good in the first place. Especially women that's been in bad situations, like widowed and especially widowed, and you done came into a little financial freedom or a little financial money after after you buried the little brother, got rid of the brother. A lot of women cremate their husbands because they knew their husbands were no good when they was living. So
Oh, don't
they
say
try to
that,
go.
because I cremated my husband, but it didn't have nothing to do with him being no good. I mean, I don't think nothing
No,
no good.
no,
That was
he done
his
cheated.
choice. That's how.
See,
That's what he
if
told me
he
he
didn't cheat
wanted.
on you at least 5 or 6 times in between 30 years y'all was together, he might would have got a good funeral service. But since he cheated, you didn't want to take a chance on none of them old women coming back out of the woodwork to come to his funeral talking about I just
Well,
want to pay my last respect. You're not gonna
actually,
disrespect me on this.
I had a funeral service, and then I cremated him because that was his choice. But I wanted to have a funeral service. So, but you funny,
Well,
you tried that. So, but I can feel some people feeling that, and also, even if you is a widow, I've never said this, but if you have had like some infidelities in your relationship, I mean, in your marriage, and in your husband or your wife, if she cheated on you or if he's cheated on you and they pass away, it does make that like a smidge bit easier to go on with your love life, because it tells you, like, he was doing it when he was alive and I was alive, so I know he'd be doing it if I was dead. So let me go ahead and do
Oh
what he
my
be
god,
doing. And so
that
but
ain't all kind of
that
that be the
does
cheating.
help a little
mindset.
bit.
That be the mindset that a lot of women have, and it's sad. But even when they was living, the women should have been living their life. Like, you holding back, you giving your best years away, and your juices is flowing and running right now, and that nigga somewhere across town with a little young thing, and he ain't studying you. Like, you supposed to find a little young thing like the pool guy like me. I'd have been the pool.
Oh my
I'm the
God.
cleanup man. I come in and I come knocking on your door and be like, "Do you have any odd work around the house, like some trash cans that need to be dumped out, some old garbage? You need a good garbage. You need a good refrigerator cleaned out. You need your clothing cleaned. Like, let me know. I'll be glad to do a little odd help around here." And it never failed. Like, I got a lot of clients that I help them transition out of that mindset of them. It ain't cheating if your man was cheating first,
Hmm.
especially if the guy that's you cheating with is using a condom and practicing safe sex. That's really what you're doing. You just practicing safe sex. You're really not cheating.
Right. Right.
So,
Nigga, if you don't
and, and
So
a
stop it,
woman
it is
and a
cheating.
woman is
I
like
don't
a
I don't
cat.
agree with that. I'm just saying right. But
No, no, a
I
woman is
agree
like
with
a
some
cat.
of it.
If
But
if you gave me some at 12 o'clock and your husband
mm,
came home at 3:30 and you jumped in the bathtub and dropped some Epsom salt in that thing, and you think your husband would tell the difference later on that night if y'all
no,
accidentally or
but
y'all had sex?
you would know the difference. Like,
Hey, it
you
happen all the
taking this
time.
so
They still do it.
Women don't
okay.
have no conscience. A woman, and when
Listen,
a woman
let's
cheats,
move on.
or if
Let's
a
move
woman
on.
cheats, she
We
don't
off
even consider
topic.
herself cheating. She just consider herself having sex because her man wasn't available. Like, nigga, I tried to call you. You wasn't
Right,
answering your
and that's
phone.
another thing. That's another thing too. Like I was gonna talk about. Like sometimes if you was in a long term relationship, and then once you get out, you might have like intimacy issues, like insecurities when it come to that, because it might have been a lack of sex in your marriage. Like some people are sexless marriages. I'm gonna put this out there. My husband was a cheater, but it was never a sexless marriage for me. Like so, but some people have a sexless marriage where they don't get sex in their marriage. So and then it makes them insecure about themselves, especially if the other person is cheating all the time, but they're not having sex with you. It builds insecurities within that person. I mean, this is like from talking to other people and doing research. It builds insecurities in them. So when it's time to get intimate with someone else, it's kind of hard for them. So that's another reason why I say get yourself right first, so you have that confidence and
So
go into that knowing
you was
that
having
you know.
sex. You was having sex with your man at least 2 times a day, every day.
I'm not having sex with nobody that much
No,
because
no,
I
no.
got
I'm
a
just
whole
saying
life.
though. No,
I don't have
in
time for that.
intimacy,
When we were
if
teenagers, maybe.
no, no,
When
no,
we were.
no, no, no. If that's your man, like it's
Mhm.
a woman's job to have sex with her man at least twice a day. A real woman go to the man's job and get him at lunchtime and get him 3 times. If
I
a
mean, that's
woman
kind of
if
hard
a
when he a
woman would
bus
take
driver,
the man's
though.
energy away like she's supposed to do her job, the man would have no energy in the world to cheat.
Okay.
But
Hey, check
see,
this out. Well, hold on real quick, Snagglepuss. If you on Facebook, please make sure you share this video so everybody can tune in. But go ahead, Vika.
do you believe that be the problem? That be a lot of the reason why men cheat on their women because half of the women don't want to have sex as often as the men do. They say that women like to have sex more than men, but really, like I'm a prime example. I done ran off every woman I ever had. They said there's something wrong with me. Like I want too much sex every time. I be like, what the
Well, do you have a
hell?
job, sir? Like, what do you do?
I own a business. I'm
Okay,
an
because I run
entrepreneur.
my own business too, and it's kind of hard as hell to bake 7 cakes, some cookies, take care of the child, the house, and everything else, and give somebody sex 2, 3 times a day.
Nah, baby.
I mean,
Not
I
messing
wouldn't
with
even
Snaggle.
want, but I think
Not
that's how
not
you
with
get
Snaggle.
tired of having sex with
Because
somebody
if you
too.
go
You
in the
don't want to
kitchen
have
and you
that. I
baking
don't want
cookies
that
and
much.
bending over by the oven, hey, you gonna get a surprise when you bend over getting them cookies out. Like you gonna be like,
Okay,
oh my
I
god.
get okay. Well,
Like,
I'll give it to you. Give him some in the morning and some when he get home. Moving on.
but
That's
a
just twice a
woman, a
day. So
woman, a
some
woman
before
don't
he go
supposed
and
to
some when
wear
he get
pants.
back.
A woman,
So you think in between. So listen. So
All right,
I'm gonna
we
move
had to
on.
mute Snagglepuss for a minute. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go piggybacking off of Snaggletooth said. If y'all want to follow his rules, if you can't handle that much sex, give him some in the morning, some when he come home. If he still needs some, suck his dick in between. That's all I'm saying. So moving on. So you
Say that
might
again.
okay, so when you first start dating somebody, try to avoid like telling all your business from the beginning. You don't like, I had to learn that you might not want to just go straight in saying I'm a widower because for different reasons. One is
You got
that's
that
kind of
insurance money?
the, huh?
That insurance money, they gonna try to get some?
Well, yeah, and everybody not popping off of insurance money though. Like, so don't always assume that everybody had that insurance money. But especially in the black community, everybody don't do it. So, but anyways, that's something we need to take care of too. Y'all get your insurance. You never know, shit happens out of. My husband died. We found out he had cancer, and 3 months later he was gone. Like, but so thank God he had something, but we didn't have what we should have had because we were young and we didn't know better. But thank God we had something. But God prevent we didn't have anything, and some people don't have anything. Like, so take care of your families and make sure because you might not care how you get buried, but make sure you take care to your family straight after you gone. Okay, so back to the subject. Okay, so avoid telling stories. Um, like about talking too much about your ex, whether you're a widow or a divorcer or just in a long-term relationship. Just avoid talking too much about your ex. Some people don't like to hear that. It's intimidating to people. Like, people are really intimidated by people that's not even on this earth anymore, like a dead man. They will be intimidated by you keep saying my husband. I had to practice not saying my husband anymore and start saying my late husband, and then I eventually start addressing him by his name. But I would say I was so used to saying my husband because people didn't know his name, so I'll just say my husband. So but now I just address them by his name, and if they don't understand who I'm talking about, then I'll tell them then because I had to practice not saying my husband because he's not my husband anymore, and you can't keep saying husband and you're looking for another one. So I mean, but you got to take your time with that. That have everybody take your own time with how you go about that, and even how you go about grieving. Everybody grieves different.
Mm.
Me, I faked it till I made it, and eventually I made it. Like, you know, I just kept smiling and kept going, and then I just got used to smiling, and I don't know how to do nothing but that.
I'm just,
Anyways.
I just want to put a smile on your face and let y'all
Uh-huh.
know that if you choose a stallion that want to bang you down and drink your bath water and quit trying to choose these old men to try to replace your husband, you got to find somebody to earn that spot to get in that position first. But before you
They
can get in
definitely
that
have to
position,
earn it.
how does your husband win you over? In the beginning, he was knocking it down, beating it up all around, all in the side of the cars and stuff. Y'all were going all to the drive-in theaters and stuff. See, relationships, you just didn't jump in no relationship with no man and he didn't sexually lock you in. Like he had to have something good enough for you to say I do to. And that be the problem with y'all women as y'all get older. Y'all start to hold it back and try to treat it like it's a gift. And when you're married to a man, you're supposed to walk around with no panties on, and that man's supposed to have a green light to run behind it and get on it anytime he wants to. But y'all
Yeah.
hold back. Yeah, y'all hold back. My granddaddy
I
said
mean,
your
you
wife's
keep on
supposed to
saying
never
y'all,
tell
but
you
ain't
no.
nothing you said refers to me. So I don't know where y'all's
I'm not
coming in
saying you in particular.
at.
I
Say
say
some
I say
women, some of these
y'all. I
women.
say y'all. That just talk about all the black women that I dated that was widows or they was just coming out of a relationship. They
Hmm.
that they give you something the first time, but then they wake up the next morning. Then when you end it again, they be like, "What you doing? What you doing? What we was having sex last night? I thought we can have some more this morning. I didn't know it was a problem if I just woke you up with some D this morning. Like that'd be the problem. Like
I don't know
y'all be
where these women come from, but
hey, don't be messing with me. If you
yeah.
give me some that night, you gonna wake up in the morning with some in you. I'm gonna wake you up with a whole nother round. Like, yeah, it's going down. Wake up. Like, but I feel like a lot of women lose
All
their
right, I feel
intimacy.
like we about to mute Snagglepuss one more time. We're gonna move on to the. We're gonna transition to the next thing. Snagglepuss needs a
Okay.
time out.
All right.
Bring you back in a
Okay.
second.
I tell. Okay, I say give yourself like a little quiz. You want to ask yourself, like, am I totally over my ex? Okay. Ask yourself that. That's your first question. Am I totally over my ex? Like, if you still thinking about him, if you still, you know, wearing his shirts, or whatever, then you probably not over your ex. You know what I mean? If you still stalking his social media profiles, or you probably not over him, and or whatever, just doing what you do to get his attention, or just make problems in his life. That's the next one. If you're bitter, you know what I mean, like if you
Yeah, y'all
bitter
be bitter.
about, don't go into another relationship bitter, because that, for one, you're not over your ex. The first part of the quiz. Ask that first. That's your first question for the quiz. Write this down, because you're gonna add it up and tell me if you ready. Like, if you not over him, if you're bitter, doing petty stuff, using the kids to, hang over their head, like, or just trying to, in a divorce, you just trying to get way more than you deserve. You just doing petty shit. You just try to ruin this person's life. Men do it too, not only women. Like, men are sometimes more petty when it comes to the financial part. That, man, you see all these celebrities, these men that marry celebrity women, and they marry and they try to get all that lady money. Like, so it ain't just women who do it, men do it too, but women are more so with the kids. They try to hold the kids away from the man, and use the fact that they moving on against them. Like, don't do that. That's petty, and you're bitter, and it shows. Like, no matter what you're doing, it shows, and it's going to show when you're trying to date someone else. And who's going to want to date somebody like that? Like, I'm not gonna want somebody that I see steady stalking and bothering their ex. Like, you ain't focused on me. You too focused on your ex. So you gotta learn how to move on. That goes both ways for men and women. Like, Men do stuff like not fuck with the kids because she got a new man. So let him be the daddy. Stuff like that. Like, or and the women say keep the kids away from the daddy. Like, y'all all petty no matter what y'all doing. Keep the kids out of it. And if you're doing that, you're probably not ready. So, um, well, I'm trying to keep this about sex, but I just need to get this topic out, even though it ain't all the way about sex. But because this is my
Yeah,
life.
I'm
I
ready to
got a
talk
book
about some
coming
heated up
soon. It's
things.
called Life After Death. Y'all gotta check my book out. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. And so, what happened to my guest?
No, we still here.
Oh,
We ain't went
Right
okay.
here.
nowhere. We got to
I'm
give
ready
your
to talk
soul
about
shine.
sex.
Okay, know how to listen. Are you ready to be a listener? Like that's on my
I want
quiz.
to talk
Ask yourself
about sex.
that. Can I listen? Be quiet. Stop talking about yourself. Listen to what the other person has to say. Because we do that. We get to just talking about ourselves, especially if you've been locked down for a minute. You probably didn't talk much with your ex, so you just to run in your mouth with like shut up a little bit and
I lost my
listen
ex.
more,
I
talk
lost my
less.
last girl. My
Huh?
last girl got. I lost my last girl.
Uh huh.
She
That's the
passed
one that had
away.
chlamydia.
No, no,
Oh,
no. She died of sickle cell.
oh, okay.
She didn't even know she had it. Yeah, she
She
passed
need health
away.
insurance.
Yeah, a
Oh
lot
wow.
of people need health insurance, life insurance. They or if they smart about it, they get this prepaid burial insurance policy I got where you can pay $25 a month and you can have your pre-burial already prepaid and you'll have your clothes, your casket picked out, you'll
I
have your
hope you're
plot
not joking
already.
right
I
now.
wouldn't
I hope
leave
you're
that
not joking.
responsibility on nobody, not even my wife. I would already have, I got all my stuff laid.
Oh, we just have to mute him one more time.
I'm like, is this a joke?
All right, go ahead. Let's go. You got Phil in the comments. He rolling. Debo
Oh
waves. He
my,
he laughing.
oh my God. Look, okay. So I'm not gonna read these comments. Y'all crazy. Look. So listen. Okay. Listen. My next part of the quiz is ask yourself, are you ready to just have a good time? Like, be open minded, let go, be loose. Don't take what you used to do in that other relationship into your new relationship because you probably was only doing that because that's what they did. Because most of the time, especially women, we tend to just fall in line, and if he a homebody, we become a homebody. If he whatever he like to do, we just kind of become like them, or whatever he'd like for us to do. So when you go into this is your chance to start over again. This is like rebirth. Like, look at it like that. This is your rebirth. I was in a relationship, my marriage for 19 years, so it was definitely a rebirth for me. Like, I was 19 when I went into the relationship, 38 when he passed away. So you it was like I was not the same person I was when I met him. So dating was not going to be the same for me like it was when I met him. And I tried to like link up with a few exes. I tried, but because you were in your head, over the years, especially when shit going bad in your marriage, you kind of think about other people like, oh, what if I would have just stayed with such and such? Or what if woo. So this is your chance to explore that, but explore it carefully, okay? Because most likely it ain't gonna be the same, and you don't want to just be just going smashing everybody that you just been thinking about for men gonna say these men gonna tell you something different, but I'm looking for a woman because most likely it's not gonna be the same. You're gonna be disappointed, and even if the sex is still good, the person, it just might not be the same for you. Like, because you're not the same, and you need more, you expect more, and if you were spoiled in your marriage or just got kind of had it good in some certain areas, you expect certain things, and if you just grow up, period. So you're supposed to expect certain things. You have more to give, so you got to give me more. Like I'm giving you more. I need more. Period. I don't know how else to put that. So don't just jump into anything. Take your time, but be ready to when you are be ready to explore different things and be open minded. Try something new because I never liked it kissing. I was not a kisser. And so I went into my marriage not a kisser. So in my marriage, I didn't do any kissing really. Like that was rare. We probably had to be super turned up and drunk on a whole nother level. So, but now that I'm dating, somebody hit me with it and it was like different for me. And because I went into it with this open mind thing, now that's a part of sex. Like how you gonna have sex without kissing? Like
You
so
don't,
that's
We ain't gotta
like
you don't
kiss.
catch coronavirus kissing these dudes.
well, we supposed to just kissing these dudes. You're supposed to have your dude and that's it. Like so not the pool man. Because that's how you go catch
No,
coronavirus.
no,
Like
that
don't
is
be
the
kissing on the pool
nastiest.
man or this dude with this $25 gift exchange or whatever you got going on.
Can,
Like,
can I ask you a question? When you was dating in that no kiss relationship, I bet you
mm,
got sick less. I'm dead serious because guess what? That used to be my test when I dated a girl when I first started to date
I
her.
mean,
I would
think.
listen. I would tongue their ass down right at the end of our first date, real good, deliberately. So I give them a 3 day period. If I got sick within the first 3 days after I kissed their ass, I would never talk to
Mhm.
them again.
Mm.
Well, shit. I mean, I'm
And
not.
it never
I don't want
failed.
to test my life. That's one hell of a test. But
Yeah, but that's the way you build your immune system up. You gotta test it. I'm just saying. That's what I did. You ain't gotta do what I did. That's what I did when I was young.
okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All
Well,
right,
y'all
what's
finish
That's
out
why I
this
quit
test, or
kissing.
y'all
I
can take
got
my
tired of getting
quiz.
sick.
Whatever works.
all right, what's
Okay.
next?
So,
What's next?
okay. So yeah, that's don't do that. Don't listen to him. Don't be going around
No,
kissing people just
y'all
to see
better
if you
listen.
go get sick.
Y'all gonna get sick.
But what's the difference then kissing? I mean, if you go kiss you okay, so you don't want to kiss nobody, but you have oral sex.
Yeah.
What's the difference? I mean, you don't think that's just as bad? Like,
No, I have protected oral sex. That means before if they don't know what they doing, like I'd sit back and I'll sit back and I'll see if a woman knows what she's really doing. But if she don't go down on me like a prostitute and put that condom in her mouth and pop it on at the same time,
Mm.
hey, I'm trying to be funny. And if she trying to put her lips and saliva around, I will slap the taste out. Girl, you better not put your raw mouth on my damn dick. You better put a condom on. I
you
practice
should have been
pure
on my
safe
safe
sex.
sex show. Cause
I
a
and
lot
then that's the way you're supposed to. That's why I applaud prostitutes and smart hoes. That's what I call them, smart hoes. The girls that have a little sex, do a little something strange for a little change, but they protect
mhm.
themselves along the way. My mama was a night walker. My mama used to take off walking every night and come back home with a handful of cash.
Mm.
And then nobody know what she did but me. And I know what she did. She went and sold some ass. But I'm just saying, um, if you protect yourself in the
Mm.
proper way, and I believe in Trojan man, like
Mhm. Mhm.
and every man supposed to have a condom in a condom pocket right here. You got
Mhm.
that
The
little bitty
middle
fifth
pocket.
pocket. Yeah, that fifth
Mhm.
pocket in the condom pocket.
Yes, you should have. You should keep a condom, and that says a lot about a man. I mean, on my safe sex topic, we talked about that. You're the first guy that agreed with me that you safe sex with condoms. I mean, oral sex with condoms is okay. Like you can make it good. It depends on how you doing it. Make it. You can make it happen. This man loves it. Like, and if you don't have a condom and you going into you going on a date or you expecting something because y'all know y'all expect something. Y'all buy a bitch burger and y'all expect something. So if you ain't got a condom on you, but you expect something, and that says a lot about you. Like so that's important. Like and thank you for sharing that because that's something that I do try to emphasize every show safe sex like because we can't talk about
Safe
sex
sex.
without talking about safe sex so that's yes. and that
And that's
prevents a
what I
whole lot of
promote.
things, a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of
I promote
problems.
it. I know, and I'm a Trojan man. I believe if you pay for your
You gonna
condom.
keep putting emphasis on you a Trojan man. We got it. He's a Trojan man.
But look, I'm a blue Trojan man. I ain't
The
lying
blue
to the
Trojan.
ladies. I ain't trying to say I'm Magnum strong. I keep the truth. I now how many black men you see come out with a blue Trojan? Most of these brothers, they gonna come out with a gold Magnum just to make themselves think, make you think, oh, that nigga packing. But see,
Right,
I
and
got a
that's
blue
not, and
one.
don't be using something that don't fit you because that's how
But
accidents happen. Make
if
sure
you
it
really
fits.
want it to fit right, you want it to fit
Right,
tight. And
right,
that's why I
exactly.
can feel Magnum, but I prefer the blue strap because I want it to fit on real tight and snag. Like mine ain't
Tight
going
and
nowhere.
snug, and it
Yeah.
makes it feel better too when it feel right, when it fit
Yeah,
right.
you get a better penetration, a better orgasm
You
when
do.
it's tight and it's right. Like and
Right,
guess
know
what?
your
It
size, just
lasts
like you know
longer.
your shoe size. You should know your
You
condom
won't get
size.
you won't have a disappointed performance if it's tight.
Right.
It lasts longer. The erection is and I know what I do. I swear, and these are good. Like if I can do what I do, and they don't bust, I promise you, these are the best ones in the world. Now I will try every condom there is.
Hmm.
And I ain't trying to be lying, but if y'all go to my Instagram page, y'all will see that I'm blessed. And I done broke every other one. The
Give
other
them your
little regular
Instagram
blends,
page. Tell them where you
yeah,
at
the
on
other ones I
Instagram
done
so they
popped
can
them.
go
The
check you out.
lifestyles, the deluxes, I done popped those. They pop. I mean, pop as I'm putting them on, they pop. So they let you know that these right here, they stretch and they last and they real strong and they these right here is the best ones to get.
Man, as y'all can see, my homeboy, he talk too goddamn much. Always running his mouth. Hey man, hold on, man. Let me take this dude off the screen. I don't know what the hell. Oh, okay, he's spinning the thing up. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Censor. Okay, so
Shit.
like I was saying though, y'all, just make sure you're ready for a good time
It
period.
was
Just
taking a
keep
nigga a
go
long
have
time.
fun. You probably been miserable for a minute. You might, are not even I'm not even so miserable. Like I'm talking more so to the divorcees. You might have just not been happy that of course she wasn't, or you wouldn't have got divorced unless he just or she just divorced you and you thought y'all was all good. But make sure you're just ready to go enjoy life. Like this is your second time, your rebirth. Take advantage of it. They say you only get one life, but hey, some of us get two. So next, um, don't expect instant success. Like don't expect if your first person you meet to be the one. Like don't expect the first date to be perfect. Sometimes you got to give a person a second date. Like just don't build your expectations too high. And we tend to do that. Those of us that have had already, we've already had the ring. We've already been in, when it comes to women, we've already been in that situation that most women are striving to get to. We've already had it. So we feel like if we got it before, we know how to get it and we know what we want. So we are a little more demanding and it might be a little bit more pressure on you fellas to get in. Like, but if you either you up for the task or you not, because I'm not telling y'all to just say to settle for less because it's gonna be hard to find somebody that can meet all of our expectations because my list is long and I'm trying to tell you I'm just gonna throw something out. Like I had, this is just made up number, say maybe I had like 30 things on my list. I've been seeing my husband pass, it's been 3.5 years now. So from it start my list started off with 30 things. I didn't drop that list down to about 15. I didn't cut that shit in half. Like if I can just find these 15 things, like I went from 30 to 15. Like so it's not really that I'm settling. I just realized during this process of dating that some of this shit is just too much to expect because
Uh,
I'm not perfect. So why would I expect somebody to be
uh,
perfect? I don't
so
think
so
there's a perfect
so
person in this world.
if you cut down half your requirements, like what were two things that were important to you that you say, you know what, it might not be important now?
the most important things were things like like fine. I just wanted me a fine man that everybody else wanted. Shit, like
So if he was
just a
beating you, it was
fine man.
cool.
Uh,
So if he was beating on you, it was cool. You just want to be fine.
if he was beating on
Y'all
me,
Yeah.
problem now. What's y'all
no,
problem
that
now?
wasn't on my. What do you mean? I'm
What
talking
I'm
about on
saying,
my.
no matter how he was, if he didn't
I
treat you
just want
But
to
good, didn't
find
open your
men.
door, I just want to find
but no,
saying.
I didn't say I just want to find man. No, we talking about a list of 30, and we talking about one of the things that I took off my list, right?
I know. So what I'm saying, at the point when you had 30, if
Okay.
he was
Right.
fine, did it matter if he was
Looks. I took
groomed?
looks off my
I
list.
Okay, but I'm saying when you were there, when you were immature or whatever, when you're still growing up, finding out the woman you are, did it matter if he beat you, didn't open your doors?
Of course, it
A lot of
mattered
stuff
because
that you.
respect was on the top of my list. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Treat me respect, treat me like a queen. All of course that's on the top of my list. You can't beat your queen. So yeah. So that what you said, that what the question that you asking me doesn't pertain to me because I would never date someone that put their hand that beat on me.
mm.
You know, so
Okay, well
that's
here, let me ask you a different way. The dude that was fine, would you let him get
mhm.
away with more stuff than an ugly dude?
No, of course not.
Mm, all right. Yeah, we got to figure out
No.
this. You got to do a 15 list countdown because we need to, somebody in the chat want to
Yeah,
do what's the 15 things.
we want to hear your 15 points.
Yeah, 'cause we got to hear this. 'Cause that's a lot. I got
What?
about four for you.
Oh my! Are you talking about my list?
Yeah, your list. We need to know what that 15 is. I really want to know what the 30 is and what 15 you cut off and what you working with right now.
Well, that was just like a hypothetical number.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't really give y'all the number,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm just saying
Oh, all right.
I had a long list at the beginning of this adventure, and now I have narrowed that list down to what really matters. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
And
all right.
so, after 3.5 years of being out here, it's not that I lost hope of ever finding that person. I came to reality that that person doesn't exist. Like, like it's a made up person, and I mean, I'm not even that damn good or that damn perfect. So how could I want that person? Like, I gotta have to build me a man, go to Build a Bear and build me a man from scratch to get everything that was on that first list. Like, it's not gonna happen. But or even just you know what I mean. Like you want a man who's financially stable and like that's set up, that's well off that you don't have to worry about nothing. But then you want him to spend time with you all the time. That don't mix. You can't have the man that has all this unless you just unless he, you know what I'm saying, just go play basketball. Even then, they still busy. Like you can't never find nobody that's gonna have everything that you want all at once. So you got to keep your mind open when it comes to that because um a rich man and a man at home all the time is probably not gonna be the same unless he old as hell. Then you probably ain't getting no. You're gonna be missing something else on your list. So you gotta take pills to get it up. But he's home all the time. But you know what I mean? Like so, it's you gotta kind of weigh it out and find out like what really matters to you, like what really matters to you, and just keep your mind open. So what y'all want to talk about? What you say?
Hey, Snaggle Push, you unmuted now, man. You have permission to speak.
Well, I like I said, I still feel like all y'all need to just try out the Gigolo service,
Mm.
and just like you say, you don't have to worry about the brother talking, being disrespectful. He gonna touch you exactly where you want him to touch you at. He gonna do everything you want him to do, and at the
All right, let me mute that nigga one more time. Hey,
Thank
hey,
you.
hey, Phil in the chat said, "Would you date a man that lives in another state?"
I tried that for like a week.
A week.
I'm sorry. I mean, it don't, cause I'm a sex. I'm a hands-on person. I've been in a my relationship. I was like 19 years.
You heard what
I've
she slipped
always
up and
been.
said, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Go
I'm a
ahead.
sex addict. I gotta get it. I gotta have it.
I'm a sexual
So
virgin.
uh,
you make your husband give it up at least
Um,
once a day.
it'll be hard because I'll probably cheat on you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like
Mm.
I'll probably cheat on you. So hey, like so I would want to start nothing like that because
Mm.
I can't go that long unless you got frequent flyer miles. You know you go have to yeah shit. What I'm gonna do after I go hang out with the girls, come back? What I'm supposed to do?
Called a side
Call
date.
you? Mm-mm. That's why I don't date felons. I mean, if you gonna be in jail, leave me alone. Cause I ain't got time. I'm not. Mm-mm. I'm gonna cheat on you.
Mm. Like that.
So, to answer that question, did I answer your question? I'm sorry. Not sorry. That's
But,
the truth. So,
hey, Phil, I hope she answered your question, man. Oh, man.
I tried, but I mean, no, like I tried talking to people in other states, like long distance. I mean, I right now I'm having a hard time dealing with an hour and 30-minute drive. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like I'm like, man, do I need to find somebody local? Because like an hour and 30 minutes. Because I moved away from everybody, so you know I don't like that. But so yeah, I'm not the long distance type of person. But if you're just newly becoming single or something, you might want to date somebody that's long distance because you're probably not ready for sex yet anyway. So that'd be great for you. You know what I mean? Like y'all do a whole bunch of talking over the phone, and by the time y'all finally meet up, y'all know each other a little bit, and so that might work for a newly single person. But after 3.5 years, like nah, I'm ready to roll over to something in the morning, every morning, in a minute. Not right now, but in a minute. Yeah. So that's the answer to that question. Who else got a question for me? No, I'm not a cheater, but I'm I'm just honest. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a cheater. That's why I wouldn't get myself in that situation so I wouldn't have to cheat on you. I would leave you alone before I cheat on you. And I've done it before. I'll cut it off. Like, hey, this is not working for me. And I mean, sex is an important part of a relationship. For some of us, it's like on the top of our important list, which that is on the top of my list. That's something that's on my list. If you don't have good sex, I can't deal with you. I can't. Like, why? That's what people get together for mainly, right? Like, ain't it all about the sex if ultimately? So why would you date somebody that's not gonna please you sexually? Like, I mean, I say, ladies,
That's
if
why. That's that's why you got to sample. That's why you got to sample the dating service first, and if you like it, then you choose to date the guy afterwards.
huh? So we meeting this
Like
guy on a dating service?
every female, every relationship I ever been in, it was like I had sex with them, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
turned around and gave me the money back and was like, "How about we just be in a relationship, friendship, and we can just do this?" They like it, like they would rather keep it for themselves. But a lot of men know that they have the power to make women feel good, and that they're very powerful down there. So they don't like to just give that to one woman. And a lot of black women don't understand that a lot of black men, it's in our nature to have at least 7 different women to feel complete.
Now, that is
One
true.
woman can't satisfy one black man.
Hmm.
Well,
Black
then
men,
I mean that's
black
why
men are
you should stay
superior.
single. And that's a good like they
No,
got
Hey,
go
wait, hold
ahead.
on. Look, somebody in the chat said, would you have an
women
FWB that you weren't necessarily in a relationship with?
A
women gotta
FWB.
understand
I
that they
think that's
hold their
friends with
position.
benefits.
Not just friends
Oh
with
yeah, that
benefits,
was my that
but
was my first topic on Let's Talk About Sex was about the buddy system, because that's what I like to call friends with benefits. The buddy system.
You got a
So
whole name
everybody,
for
if
it.
you go back,
See,
catch
you
up, and
you
watch the
trying
show,
not to
because
hear
you
me
will
out.
know that I am all down for the buddy system, and that
No,
is
what about the
probably
man system?
What's the man system?
The man system, the man, the power, the man that has that gift. Just like you said, you want a fine, handsome, tall brother. And this brother got the power, but he also got three other women that he been had in his life for the last 20 years. And all three of them know about each other. They hold their position. And they say, and he say, if you want to be with him, you have to join and accept your position.
is that a
Do you believe
question?
in do you believe in polygamy? Do you believe that a man can be with more than one woman and
Well,
all women that he's with can be happy at the same time? Because I
um,
have multiple friends now.
Well, ultimately, that's pretty much how everybody's living their life. It's just not put out there like that. So, everybody's with more than one person, and they're just not talking about it. I prefer let's not talk about it method. I don't really care about what you do, because polygamy is where you know about this other woman, this other wife, and everybody's this kumbaya. No, I'm not kumbaya with your hoe. But if you got
See,
other
you
girls, and
black women,
I don't really care about what else you doing, as long as I'm happy and we're not committed. We're not in a committed relationship. We just kicking it, and you satisfying my needs in whatever type of ways, that I don't really care what else you're doing, and it should be vice versa. Like he shouldn't care what I'm doing. I don't care what you're doing, as long as when we get together, we happy to in those moments together. Then everything else is irrelevant. So, but as
and
far
that's
as
what
just
it.
actual full out polygamy, no, I'm not with that. I'm not for that. I beat bitches
But
up.
that's what that relationship is. A man don't be with both women at the same time. He give each woman their time individually.
Mm.
And it's
Okay.
just a coincidence sometimes that they all end up at the house at night together. But
Like
when
she
when they
said, I
when
catch
they
a case. I catch a case. But
black women just
you
can't
also
handle
black.
it.
Listen. Let me just tell you something though. Let me tell you what I don't like. I don't like that you
Yeah.
refer to this as a black woman's issue, because you that's the problem. Like y'all, black women is an issue because we strong minded, because we choose not to accept bullshit like polygamy. So it's a black woman problem. If you
No,
want to be
y'all
with white women,
already
we
accept
won't
it.
we won't miss you, bro. I'm sorry. I don't mean to come at you like that though. But as far as the way you coming at is how you feel about dating and sexual, we won't miss you if you just fully fucking fuck with other races. Like we won't miss you, because what we need is more strong black men that are women willing to, because there's men out there. Like I was just talking to somebody, they were saying nobody ever talks about Remy and Papoose, the black couple that you never hear about, but when you watch them, like the love is like so real. It's you don't hear about them cheating on each other. She did what, 8 years? You never heard about him doing no dirt to her. She came out, he's held her down the whole time. You don't hear
So
about
you
these
believe
people because
Papoose,
they don't
a
consider
grown
that
black
black
man
love.
with a bunch of money in New York, walked the streets for 8 years and didn't have sex with no one?
It don't
A
matter.
rap
He helped.
star.
Whatever he did that shit so
No,
good that
that man
that
cheated
his
on
woman
that
ain't got
woman.
to worry about it. She's not worried
He
about it. It
cheated
ain't in the
on her. He
news.
did what he was supposed to. Y'all gonna sit there and accept
He
it
did
too.
you damn right. He
You
did what he was
accepted
supposed
that.
to do, and that was to make sure that he protected her from whatever. So whatever he did was his business, and it stayed in his business. As long as you do what you do and it remains your
See, and
business,
that's what
and
y'all do.
it's your business.
Y'all will accept anything from the
Let's mute Snagglepuss again.
Right. So yeah, like I mean that's stupidity to me on the level. Like you can't sit up here and say that we are not good women because we don't take bullshit like that. Like I don't like that, because if a woman chooses to be in those type of relationship, because black women, white women, all kind of women do choose polygamy or whatever else, multiple relationship people in their relationship, that's their business. But it doesn't make a woman weak or less of a woman because she chooses to stand her ground and say that I want to be your only one. I don't want you. Like that doesn't make you less of a person, man or woman, if that's what you want. Like, and that's what you're supposed to have. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. If hey, if you gonna fuck with somebody else, I don't want to know about it. Like that, I'm gonna just put it like that. And you better do everything in your power to make sure that I never find out about it. That's it. So I'm not the for the polygamy. What else we talking about?
Wait, hold on. Johnny B, that's me. Do you know who that person is? He in the Facebook.
That's my baby sister.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send her the link. I'm gonna send her the link so she could come on the show. Hold on one second.
Yeah, come on here because
Hold
Tane is tripping.
on. Let me let me get this link. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. I'll put it on there, and whoever want to grab it can grab it.
Well, we got 15 minutes.
I don't even know what time it is. Hold on. Johnny or whoever else, if you click this link, you could come in.
Click the link.
You could come in the chat. Please don't be naked. Please don't be playing no music unless you're a woman. That's sexy as okay.
Well, he know he wants you to be naked. He just don't want you to be playing no
I
music.
don't want. So Johnny, go ahead and click that link. You can come on. The Snagglepuss, he looked like he logged out. He got triggered or something like that. But
He got triggered.
yeah. Oh no, he'll come back. His phone might have died. His phone always die. Hey, but yeah,
Uh,
click that link right there, Johnny, or whoever else, Zaire, Phil. Don't be scared, y'all in the chat. Come on in and talk. Be in the chat, y'all. Get on the show. I'm sitting right here waiting for you. They chill.
yeah.
The
Okay, so what was what was it? What did you tell me the F what was it the FWB stand for?
friends with benefits.
Oh yeah, we are. I've
Johnny
already
said they're
joined.
gonna join next time. See, there you go. There you go. You can't be scared. Be talking all that mess. Just come on. I'll bring your voice in. You ain't gotta talk. You ain't gotta install nothing. All you gotta do is come in through your Safari or whatever. You don't have to. You don't have to put. You don't have to install anything. It's a direct link.
Okay.
It's a direct link. Just click it.
You just click on it. But okay,
But go ahead.
so
If they don't want to come in, that's fine.
yeah, so basically what I'm saying is that um
Hold on. Here goes Johnny. Hold on. Let's see what Johnny's talking about. Johnny.
Hello? Is it
Johnny, what's
working?
up?
I don't know what's happening.
What's up? Turn your camera the other way. She done muted herself and everything. Got scared. Johnny, unmute yourself. I don't know what happened. I think she might have muted herself on accident. I don't know. She came in ready to talk mess. Nigga,
yeah,
I'm
she
here.
did. She's in the comments like, I will fight you. In
Uh,
your mama. She said, in your mama. Listen, because I already know what
oh,
she
wait,
gonna
there she
say.
goes. You gotta unmute yourself, man. You're muted. Unmute your phone. Oh, she ready to argue. We can't even hear you.
Mute yourself.
She just running her mouth like she's just a gangster. Unmute. Click the phone.
And I
Unmute it.
was in the sweatshirt and the
Yeah.
sweatpants.
She showing her whole house off. We see the lights at the top. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself. That's
We
crazy.
can't hear you. We can't hear you. Tell her.
She she giving us a whole rundown of her house of cribs. We see the big house. We see it showing it all. We still can't hear you. Unmute your phone. Oh my god.
Oh.
This this one of the crazy ones in your family. I see.
You better know
She
it.
she really do beat bitches up and shit like that and
Man,
fight
I'm
people
trying to
mamas.
tell you. Look, we said it at the same time. I was saying I fight, and she was saying that she do too at the same. We
I
said
seen
it
it.
at the
I
same
didn't even respond. I was like, oh my god,
right. It was like
crazy ass.
simultaneously. Like we both said it. For real, we get that shit from our mama, like no joke.
Mhm.
Like
She just
that's
she
it.
still touching her phone,
Mhm.
trying to figure it out. She done blocked her screen and everything. I know she can hear us. Unmute your mic, gangster.
Uh, so, anyways, which was she figured till she figured that out.
Mm.
Um, where was I at? He got me all thrown off a topic. We was talking about date. What's this topic? Dating after marriage. Look, I'm gonna sum it up. Let me just sum this up for y'all. Do what you want to do. Take it at your own pace. Don't worry about what he say, she say, who gonna say whatever. Do what you want to do because sometimes you might find the right person, the person that you meant to be with. Shit, the next week. I know that doesn't sound right, and but if you feel in your heart that this is something that you want, you need, don't worry about how you're going to be judged because we do that. Whether it was a marriage, divorced, or you became a widow, we do that. We worry too much about what someone else is going to say about how you move on with your life. Ultimately, that's your life. No one else can live your life for you. No one else is gonna pay your bills. No one else, I mean, if they pay, somebody might pay your bills, but no one else is going to basically live with your regrets or they can't. That's your time. We only get so much time and it's yours. So choose to use your time the way you want to use it, just like you do anyway anything else in life. Like you don't if you don't want to go to a party that you was invited to, you don't go. You're not going
Mhm.
to waste your time because that's not what you don't want to do. So don't do anything else that's wasting your time, like worried about what someone else has to say about you. Live your best life, whether you thought or not. Like some of us chose, like I get stuck. I want to be out there and just enjoy my sex life and with multiple people, but I've been in relationships for so long that I'm used to just dealing with one person, but I'm still not ready to be in a committed relationship yet because I like the freedom of just being able to do what I want to do. Like it's kind of like I've been freed in a way. I hate to say that out loud, especially when you're a widow. You don't you don't want to say that, but it's reality. Like
Mhm.
you've been in a situation for so long, and even when if it was good, if you were in a relationship for 19 years, I can promise you it wasn't good 19 years. So if you had issues, you had things, you thought about what I would do if I ever got out of this relationship. So do that. Do those
Mhm.
things that you thought about, that you've been wanting to do, that you couldn't do. Do those things now. This is your time. Enjoy your life and live it like you want to live it. Like it's yours. It's your rebirth. Okay. So that's how I'm gonna sum that up. And if nobody's gonna join me or say anything else, I'm gonna wrap this up. And I want to remind y'all to make sure that y'all taste my cookie, my peach cobbler, my cupcakes, whatever this holiday. If you don't have some taste my cookie on your table this Christmas, stay on my inbox. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Stay out of her
y'all
inbox.
better order something from me. If you want to get in touch with me, that's how you get in touch with me. Hit me on my business line 323-328-0507. Y'all can play on it if y'all want to, because I can block that shit all day. That's my business line. Hit me up for it. If you want to order something, the first time you hit me about something that's not pertaining to business, you're blocked. Okay? Other than that, hit me up on Instagram, Taste My Cookie. Or if you would like to follow me on IG on just my regular page to talk about the show or get on the show, hit me up at extremely underscore bless one. That's extremely underscore bless one. I believe this show is streaming. If it's not, it should be on YouTube. We are LA, all one word. Two. Are we still using that one? Huh?
You on there
No.
right now? We are LA too.
We are LA too, all one word. We are LA. Or you find me on my Facebook. During this pandemic, like the time, I'm gonna try to get y'all a set scheduled time and date, but I think we're still gonna be doing Wednesdays. I'm not sure about the time, but from what I know, we're in my living room until at least the 21st.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
My producer said, uh-huh. So that's what we doing. So I'll see y'all next Wednesday on Let's Talk About Sex. Next Wednesday, we gonna really talk about sex. I just have to get this topic out the way, but it was still, some information for y'all. We don't always have to talk about sex, do we? Come on, y'all, work with me. Okay, so hope y'all enjoyed the show. I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Thank y'all for tuning in. I loved y'all and I missed y'all a little bit. I hope y'all miss me too. Okay, let's wrap this up.